welcome back to my garden. Today I'm going to pick some radishes, and before I start I'm going to be doing some weeding because I basically took a day off yesterday of everything, so there's some weeds that grew. It's not the end of the world, but I like doing that every day, every other day, just to be sure. So keep watching. So yesterday we had some strong winds. We still have some today. I hope the sound won't be too bad on this video. As you can see, I have some dried and dead leaves on my garden. I'm actually going to leave them there because those will become food for the worms. I don't know, in case you don't know, worms are essential to your garden because, for one thing, they help with the structure of the soil, and they also help with feeding the soil by decomposing whatever dead organic matter is there. So that will turn into fertilizer, basically. So that's why I'm leaving all of that there. It's on top of the mulch, so if there's ever a thing that sprouts, like these, it doesn't really matter, I just need to pull them. There you go, I pull whatever weeds I found. There's a lot of little ones growing close to my salads, or inside my salad, so you have to look through the leaves. Now, these, if you've seen my salad picking video, that's the row I picked from. They're growing back very nicely. So I'll keep going. There's probably a lot more weeds to pick. So anyway, I won't do a full rundown of all the weeds I find, just because that would be a bit boring. But just to show you that no matter what you do, there's always going to be some weeds growing in your garden. And those are radishes too, by the way. They're watermelon radish, so it's gonna take a little while before I can pick them. Oh no, actually I'm saying that, but no, whoops, my bad. Those are rapini. They look a lot like radishes when they grow, but they should be bolting at some point. And in that case, they'll create florets. So, basically mini broccolis. They're supposed to be more bitter. I don't know. I'll know at that point. I've never had the chance to actually grow them yet. So, I'll see. Now, I'm sure you already know that it's important to weed your garden. If you didn't know that, well, it is. And the reason why, in case you don't know, it's to help your plants compete against the weeds. It's basically, when your plants are growing, they'll have to compete with the weeds growing in the garden. So to compete for space, water, energy, in that case, I mean solar energy. So if you don't remove them, they'll hinder your plants, potentially prevent them from growing big, potentially kill them if you have way too much of them. So that's why you have to pick out the weeds, because they can get really, really big very quickly, and that would kill your plants. Or anyway, prevent them from giving you the biggest harvest possible. So you just go around and see what's growing around your weeds. One thing I do is I try to avoid watering between my rows so that I don't encourage weeds to grow between my rows. It's a bit of a complicated task because, water trickles. But the more you remove and the less you water them, the better it is. So that's what I do. Just remove whatever I can. And as you can see, my garden is almost weed-free. I'm not saying completely weed-free, because there's no way to actually get rid of all of them all the time. But for the most part, I don't have much plants competing with my crops. So see they're growing pretty much unhindered. I have this lettuce there that's not growing where it should, but at that point it's growing, so I really don't care. Sure, it will compete with my other plants, but as I pick around it, the other plant will have more space and will take over eventually. And this one will probably go to seed way before those, so at that point I'll be able to just pluck the whole plant and that'll be it. Oh, and you can see right there under the leaves, so that's one thing. You have to look under the leaves and you can see my garden beds are kind of falling apart. I'll have to redo them next year. So that's one of my mistakes. I didn't use thick enough wood, and that's cedar, by the way. So I didn't get much more than 5 or 6 years on that garden bed. So paying extra for cedar was definitely not worth it. Next year I'll probably just take some 2x12 untreated and just put it like that, because it doesn't seem to be making much of a difference. Now for the exciting part, picking the radishes. You can tell they're ready because they're out of the soil. Well, in this case that's a French breakfast, so those stick out of the soil, but there I also have a cherry bell. It's also starting to stick out. So I'll be able to just plug them and harvest them. So I'll show you a bit how I take them out. It's very easy. Pull. And look at the length of that thing. That's awesome. Some soil there, I'll shake it off. Just to put it back in the garden. There you go. I'll keep going. There's another one there. This one's a bit smaller. I have 3 very close right here. So that's to show you, you can actually plant them in clusters and they'll produce decent size radishes. Like, look at that. That's pretty good. Same with that one. And that one. So I keep going. This one's a bit small, but oh well. A bit small. The rabbits will like the leaves. Oh, and you see I have a worm going on there. So that's usually a good sign when you have worms going there. It's because your garden is very rich for them. So I must have disturbed that one when I pulled the radishes. Another one, kind of small. It's okay. They taste a bit better when they're smaller. Oh, look at that. That's a massive one. So I'll keep going. Those were more of a cover crop anyway. So, let's see, they're really nice. Because those grow around my tomato plant right there. So, eventually I want the space clear around them. I was thinking I should plant more stuff around, but it doesn't really matter. Oh, this is one I forgot about. It's an icicle one, but this one has started going to seeds, and you can see because it's going really big. So that won't be edible. That'll be way too woody. So that's going straight to the rabbits, who will turn that into nice manure that I can use after that in my compost. Oh wow, look at that one. This is huge. You can see the hole it left in the ground. Oh, and wow, this one is also big. That's going to be a decent harvest. That's for sure, and that's a weed. So I'll just cover the whole place. So, like I said, these are French breakfast. Holy, I haven't seen some like that before. So many big ones. I guess I planted them right in the right season. Otherwise, they would not have grown so big. That's the thing with radishes. They're cold weather crops. So my first batch basically went to seeds because we had this sudden 30-degree bout in May. So they just bolted. It didn't take it didn't take long. They didn't have any roots. They were just leaves. So my rabbits were very happy for them, but I wasn't. So that's my second batch of rabbit. Well, actually my third batch that I pick. So now I have a nice empty garden all around my tomato plant. So my tomato will be happy. I just have that's thyme. So I'm planting herbs there to, well, repel bugs. And oh, look at that one. That's a cherry bell. You can tell because there's no white tip on there. It's a bit rounder. So I'm going to pick them. They're probably, oh wow. Not sure what this one was. Looks like an icicle. But there's some red to it. And it didn't go to seed. So I guess it was one of those icicles that I forgot about. Oh well. It's always nice to have unexpected surprises. You can see it's nice. Oh wow, look at that one. And I can just pull them out. I don't have to dig them out. Just pull. Oh, this one's a failed one. Doesn't matter. It's also failed. Oh, look at that one. And those are starting to... Oh, wow. Okay. That looks more like a carrot. I have no idea what kind that is. It looks like an icicle, but I've never had an icicle radish grow this big. And it was in the same row, so I'm not sure what those are supposed to be, but wow. Very nice radishes so far. I'll show you the total of my harvest in a second. So here, that's the total harvest that I had. Oh well, actually, I missed a row. Give me a second, I still have this row over there that I just saw. They're French breakfast. So I'll harvest those and I'll show you the total result at the end. So here you go. That's what I picked just from that row. You can tell I have smaller ones, like that. I could have left it in the soil for a bit longer for it to grow bigger, but in my experience, when I do that, it just turns woody and it doesn't really matter in the end. And you see this one got eaten by something. It's still edible, so I'll keep it. And if anything, I'll have a ton of leaves for my rabbits. So they'll be happy with all that foliage there. And oh, this one's going to seeds, and I was letting it. So you can tell this is radish going to seeds. I'm going to let it grow and get to seeds so I can harvest the seeds later and use it to replant new radishes. That's a good way to save on seeds, is to let a few of those grow to seed. And then after that you can just pick the seeds and use them. You can see it's a very nice harvest of radishes. I'll probably weigh them to see how much I have, and I'll show you the results in there in the description. Okay guys, it's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll be back with more gardening videos. Ciao guys.